Good afternoon, Zachariah Jackson, BASA News. I'm here in Rahway, New Jersey with Ronald McCray, and he's going to talk about MLK, Martin Luther King Park in Rahway, New Jersey. I didn't know you had a park of Martin Luther King.
Yes, we do.
It's an actual park?
Yes, it's a small park. It's a miniature park.
Okay.
It's a decent size.
Okay.
Now going back to how that came about.
Yeah, I'd like to know.
Was that the former president, who has since passed away, John Robinson.
President of what?
Of Rahway, of the NAACP in Rahway.
Okay.
John J. Robinson, former president of the Rahway NAACP, who has been president for many years prior to this. How the MLK came about was that it was a piece of land right behind the Rahway train station. I don't know the street right offhand, but the Rahway train station, right directly in back, is a park. At that time, it was just a vacant piece of land. A lot of weeds growing up, and that was it. And so when John Robinson and I were looking around for a place to start and find something to host the MLK, or at least the legacy of the MLK, during that time, there were a couple of members who was starting an MLK, but none had actually had a designated place.
Sure.
Okay, to call the MLK. At that time, this was in 1991.
Wow.
And 1991.
It's like 30-some years now.
Right. We had a formal meeting at that time. We started the meeting, and we was Mr. Grayhill at the Rahway Savings and a few others. In 1991, I think it was 92, somewhere around there, where John Robinson and I went and found not only did we get the rights as it was donated to the park, to the MLK, at that time with Daniel Martin, who was the mayor, and some of the other members on council. Now Assembly Kennedy was one of the council members. And I have not only that a letter of our first meeting, but I also have a resolution showcasing that it was donated and it was agreed upon that that property will be donated to the MLK committee. There was members from Elizabeth here in Rahway, as well as members from the state level. Okay, of African American. Every year, matter of fact, we had the bus of the MLK bus put there.
Is it still there?
Yes, it's still there.
Okay. Well, you know what we need to do? Not this Monday coming, but the following Monday or Sunday, we need to meet at this MLK Park. I'd like to video this MLK Park.
Absolutely.
Yes, that'd be a great thing. Okay.
And I have pictures taken prior to what they have done just recently. And that irritated, and I'm excuse my French, the hell out of me. I was at council last week, and I addressed at the council, I said, it's my understanding, I asked, no, let me back up a little bit. They was talking about different parks in their resolution, their agenda, that was under SID, what they call Special Improvement District. And so I had a general idea because I saw the physical work that was being done to the MLK Park. But I didn't just at the time. I listened to the council to see what they're going to say. And so before they closed, I asked a question that was mentioned about parks. So I said, what various parks are under the special district, improvement district? And so when the gentleman, one of the city members, I can't think of his name, gave me a piece of paper showing that the MLK was one of the parks for special improvement. And I'm saying, this is what I said, how the hell, who gave you permission to disrupt and start construction when in fact that property was donated to the MLK
So
committee?
you're saying they're building something there now?
What I've seen, and when we're going to go over there and visit, they have kind of dug it up. They're putting, I guess, lighting and put some new stones as if there's a pathway for seating. I'm not sure now. Because none of the...
Is there actually a name there that says MLK?
Absolutely. And I purchased the bus because prior to me purchasing this plant, okay, I got a whiff of what they was talking about doing. They was going to move the MLK bus and relocate it someplace.
Okay.
I had a plaque out of my pocket and put it up there. You will see the names of everyone from Daniel Martin. You will see all the members, and you will see my name up there. And I have, again, a resolution with my name in there, Ronald C. McCray.
Well, next Sunday, not this Sunday coming, the next Sunday we'll go and visit the park. We'll meet out at the park.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. But that's what's important. And so here, to me, the insult is that the city, the mayor, and the city had arbitrarily took upon themselves to create what they want to make them look good. And it's a total insult to not only the members who fought to try to get that park and to have it designated for the MLK, but it's a total insult on the legacy of Dr. King.
So now they're building something out there, I guess.
They have, I guess it would be renovated to put look like a stone pathway, and they're not building anything per se. I haven't seen over the couple of days, but you can see where, for example, from the bus in the front, Dr. King, it looked like they laid stone, and then it goes around this tree, and then it goes to the back. In the back, 2 years ago, here's the other part that added insult. 2 years ago, the mayor hosted the MLK and had his the base without the bus, but had the base put there with "I Have a Dream,"
Okay.
and that added insult because also what's the sad part about it is that the blacks who used to march and whatnot since day one gathered around him without voice, and the NAACP did not host or say anything in reference to halting that because they felt it was an insult.
Okay.
See, that's the sad part, because with no need, and I said at council, I said there's a park down on the corner of Emerson and East Milton. Now it's a little triangle, in essence, smaller than the MLK, but the exact same shape. I said you didn't build nothing down there. Why? Because it's a white area. It's a white park. But they have not done nothing to that park, but they come on the MLK who fought and died for the civil rights. And many, there was Jewish, there was white, there was a multicolored, mostly African Americans who fought in that time frame.
Yes. Them civil rights, yes. Which give birth to everything that we do today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So there was an insult, and it's a continue to insult. Because it's all centered around making him look good. Based on things he truly hadn't done, nothing from his heart.
And this is the mayor.
This is the mayor, Mayor Raymond Giacobbe.
Okay, of Rahway. Okay. Well, next week we'll go out there and take a look at it and everything. So you directing this interview at this time to who you directing this interview here?
I'm directing this interview to the mayor, Raymond Giacobbe, and the council, all of the council, and matter of fact, the entire administration. But the mayor is responsible.
The head. Yes. Okay. All right. Well, Zachariah Jackson, BASA News, and next week we will go out there to the park, and we will conclude the interview then. All right. Again, Zachariah Jackson, BASA News. Goodbye.